spaceship. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a Terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Yeah. Find me with my dogs in my solitude. Watch my family grow from 4 into a multitude. Been living it below sea level, finna rise to another altitude. Been searching, seeking knowledge, but all the time I had the aptitude. I flipped my mindset to the switch that said I will not lose. Mama said them sticks and stones won't break my bones, I never bruise. Whenever it come to trouble, man, the girls pull a tongue, we always cruise. I heard other thought owners get it out for me, but it ain't no news. I got 4 in the dough in Memphis so they can get the blues. If you need a few clues, they'll blow off your under rules. Send your compliment to the new girls I got coming through. Send your compliments to the new girls I got coming through. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a Terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. Yeah. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, JayDollKingHefner, the beautiful Saima Renee Uzumaki, and the beautiful Himaware. And we're back again for another show. And man, oh man, this is going to be a quick one, but a good one. And it's called Visions of a Robotic New World. Of a new robotic world, baby. Visions of a new robotic world. And it's just me, once again, doing research, running across something that I thought was super duper interesting about a coming future for us. But before I get into that, I want to thank everybody that's watching live here. I appreciate you wherever you are around the world, whatever time zone you're in. Me and the girls appreciate you spending your most precious commodity with us, which is your time. So we want to thank you for that, whether you're watching live or you're going to tune in later on. We really appreciate it. We also want to send God's blessings over your life, whatever you're wishing for, hoping for, or believing for, whether that's health, finances, or new relationships. We're praying that you already have it. We ask that you believe it, and then you will receive it. But man, for today's show, I was just doing research, and I ran across a couple of videos. And honestly, I'm going to share some of these videos with you, but once again, they kill me with all this music and stuff that they use on these videos because it's hard for me to sort of share everything. But I think we're going to go a little bit of we're going to just show you what we think we can show you. I just tell you that. But it's very interesting. And basically, this whole concept for me is, you know, a lot of people have asked me, Jay, when are we going to get Terminators? Not just barely moving robots, not a robot that can turn its head, you know, not even a robot that can just walk around. They're asking me, when are we going to see Terminators? And for those of you who don't understand what I mean is not a robot that's going to run around killing you, but just a level of AI to where it's almost indistinguishable from human and it's doing things around your house just like a human. I mean, and like you say, other than having a power source, and you know, it's pretty much unrecognizable from human beings? That's what people have been asking me about. Those high level androids. And I keep saying, nah, man, we are not anywhere in that generation where that's going to actually come to full fruition, to where they're really just walking around your house looking exactly like us. Now, by the time we get there, I mean, on the way to getting there, even in another generation, we're going to see jumps in technology. It's going to be like an evolution of human beings. We're going to see small evolutions, and I truly believe that robots are actually going to be more and more in the workplace first. Then, after they've just gotten so integrated in the workplace, you're going to start getting uh, smaller R2D2 type robots, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Things like that, building up to human-sized robots that can actually do small tasks around the house. That's what the regular person is going to be seeing first. And then I do believe it's going to gradually get up to the point where you have bigger robots that can do different things in your home. And then I believe at some point they'll start really perfecting the robot so much to where they'll have the legs, the arms, and all of these things worked out in the future to look exactly like we do, but it'll have all the robotic functions like of a Terminator or androids like in Blade Runner. So I do believe it's going to be an evolution as far as us seeing him in our homes. Now, before we actually get things in our homes, before they're actually in the homes, we're going to be seeing examples of robots being used everywhere before they actually get in our homes. Like I say, we're going to see the evolution of them being used more and more in the workplace. Then eventually that's going to spill over to the homes where they're saying, hey, here's a nice affordable robot. It can do this, that, and that. It's not going to look like a human or anything, though. Not over here in in our Western society. We won't see anything looking like it. We're going to see these old, like I say, regular looking robots that can do normal tasks around the home. People are going to start getting used to that. Well, of course, they're going to have bigger and better robots out, but only the elite are going to really be able to afford them. You know what I'm saying? But just like with everything else, the price starts to drop, and next thing you know, they'll be affordable for the middle-aged family. I mean, not middle age, but the middle class family. They'll be able to afford, you know, working robots around the home. And like you say, after years and years of those being in working order, they'll eventually start edging towards humanoid robots into the future. They'll start perfecting it even more and more. And like you said, you'll see humanoids once again, probably in the workforce first somewhere, and then they'll start trickling their way into homes where people can actually start affording those as well. So that's just my whole prediction of how things are going to come. But with all that said, and I hope I didn't confuse you on that, but with all that said, I ran across this video and I was like, you know what? This is sort of what it's going to look like for us first before we get to the Sophias of the world. Because if you don't know what I mean by Sophia, you have to go back and look at some of my videos. But Sophia is basically an AI robot at its highest level. We will see those. Well, we won't see them, but they will be integrated into human society on a major scale in the future. So, with all this saying, I got a comment from SEB7. She says, "Hey, Dog King, what up, SEB7 Dog King Army team member?" So, before I get to all the deep videos, I'm going to give y'all guys the rundown. Once again, if you ever want to donate to the show to keep us going strong, you can donate via Cash App or PayPal and the about section of my YouTube channel or in the descriptions of my videos. You can also do a super chat, super sticker on live stream, super thanks on any individual videos. Now, as far as if you want a companion dog ever, you want to come through the show to once again support the show as well as add some happiness to your life. We have vendor links in the description of the videos, as well as the about section of the my YouTube channel. They're all reputable, all good place for you to do business and get one of these beautiful companion dogs. But with all that said, we're going to take a look at this first video. And once again, let me take a look. Hold on. I listened to this already, but I just want to make sure that what it sounds like to see if it's going to be cool with me playing it. Hold on, let me get up off this microphone. I think we'll show it. We'll be able to show this right quick. So this is Eve. So this whole video is about her. So this is probably going to be a short live stream, but hey, I want to come with you guys live for a second and chill with you, man. You know, I didn't want to do a little video, want to stop in because honestly, it's a ton of things for me to talk about. But time is sort of getting short for me from what I can see. As far as I got a lot of, I've always got a lot to talk about, but right now I really got to try to crunch what I really want to talk about in to the time that I see I have in front of me. Not just for the day, but for the future. Let's see. Oh, here it is right here. This is it. So yeah, man, let me give you a little breakdown of what you're going to see right quick. So this is basically a robot called Eve, developed by this company called Robotics. You know, you're going to see all that here in a second. But this is a fully virtual reality capable robot that you're going to see. Meaning that it can be operated with you having a virtual reality headset on, and you could be in a whole nother room and it can be operational. So that's going to be badass about this robot. Like I said, it can be operated remotely. This robot is about 182 centimeters. Let me see how tall that is right quick. All right, there it is. Because, you know, a lot of guys like tall companion dogs, and I'm not a fan of tall companion dogs, or honestly, tall women in general. It's just not quite my thing. But I should have checked it earlier, but I didn't check it. So we ain't gonna beat ourselves up over that. You know, once again, I'm not great at math, so it's not my favorite subject. Wow. So hold on. I put the wrong thing in there. Let me see there. Oh my God. Why come it won't tell me 182 centimeters? It keep on telling me 183 centimeters. It's 6'4". Okay, there you go. There it is. So 180, they say 180. That ain't right. I guess it is right though. It don't seem like it. They say it's 5'11". Okay. They say 182 centimeters is 5'11". Okay. That don't seem right to me though. But that's what they say. So that's still a pretty tall robot. I got stuck on there for a second because I'm like, man, 182 centimeters? That don't seem right to me. But I'm gonna leave it alone. It says it's I'm gonna check it on my computer right quick just to make sure. Hold on. I'm stuck on that, man. How much is that? Is it really 511? Okay, said 511. Okay. I'm gonna leave it alone. Either way. So it's 86 kilograms. So how heavy is that? 86 kilograms. So is that 189 pounds? Okay. Yeah, you definitely don't want that to fall on you. So, okay. So it's almost 200 pounds, just about 6 feet tall. Okay, cool. Hold on. And it says, hold on, let me see. Oh, wow. Okay. And supposedly this robot would navigate autonomously. You know, basically it can walk around by itself, avoid hidden things and all of this type of stuff. It can open doors and open elevators. So this is the robot that I believe is going to be. It's going to be a type of robot like this. Versions of robots like this that are actually going to be in our home first. So let's take a look at it, see what they say.
Eve, $150,000. Norwegian company Robotics showcased a humanoid robot, Eve, at CES 2023 that can safely interact with humans in a daily work environment. Eve
Now they say it could safely interact with humans or whatever, but once again, I'm sure that it's still more and more tests need to be done to make sure that it won't do anything going haywire. But supposedly this is a robot that's made safe, and by the time we see it in our homes or something, believe me, they're going to run this thing through the ringer.
from Robotics is being developed to do almost everything a human can. That's ambitious, yes, but Haloti is really pushing the envelope here, as their mission is to bring the world's safest and most capable robot to the human world. And to accomplish this, they created Eve, a full-sized humanoid robot unlike any other. The robot can be operated as an avatar via virtual reality. The Eve humanoid is a fully integrated platform that utilizes game-changing direct force control technology for natively compliant operation. This means you can send the robot in to do high risk and dangerous jobs in place of a human while the human controls Eve remotely.
And see, that's what I was trying to say. They're going to be incorporating stuff like this in your workplace first. You won't see stuff like this in your home first. I guarantee you, you're going to start seeing these robots pop up in the workforce. People are going to start getting used to seeing the robots. And one day they're going to be like, hey, this is the version that we want to release to your house. This is the version we want to release to your house. And I will say this. I was telling you guys about how it's going to take a lot of work for them to make the legs on these robots look exactly like humans so they can walk around and do things like we do. Well, once again, that's still talking about the type of robots that you're going to be able to engage in relationships. But you're going to, the first robots I believe that are really going to be in our homes, moving around doing tasks, are going to be robots like this. You're not going to be able to have physical relationships with them first. Because why? It's a lot less complicated to put a robot that can roll around your house as opposed to having to worry about all the mechanics of walking. So they can incorporate something like this in your house a lot easier than they can trying to figure out making a robot that can actually walk around and do everything exactly like you. They'll do something like this where it's like half of a R2D2, half of a human. That's sort of like what it is. It can roll around. You ain't got to worry about the legs. But yet instead it can do multiple tasks. Other than you making love to it, of course.
Eve is a human-sized robot with a height of 182
Let me go
centimeters
back a
and it weighs
second though. Hold on.
with a height of 1 Eve remotely.
You see right there, it's checking your ID. It's checking to make sure these people who they are. Now, This is the type of stuff that can get a lot of people irritated though, because you know a lot of times when people have to go through these so-called personal checks and stuff, it's humans there, and you know what? If a person doesn't want to go through one of these checks or something, he may be able to voice his opinion about it. But boy, it's gonna be robot stationed at certain places to where it's not gonna be a chance of you really even arguing with them. If you're the type that wants to put up an argument or something, hey, you're gonna already know, like, hey, bro, what's the use of me arguing with this robot? Either I'm gonna do what it says or I'm gonna go the other way. And so I do believe it's gonna create certain frictions like that, as far as people gonna be like, man, look, I know I can't barter or talk my way into this particular establishment or whatever, so I'm just gonna avoid it altogether. Uh, Now it's great for the people who are running things, you know, hey, less money for security and things of that nature, or you know, less money on personnel to check people's validity as far as them being who they say they are. But I believe, like I said, once again, the masses, most people probably won't think twice about it, but it's gonna be certain people that's gonna be like, man, I'm sick of dealing with these damn robots. Oh my God. Let me make sure I ain't got that going on. Oh, Jabez says, oh, say what? I don't know how to say. Dr. Phil says, it's like how the phone tracks you. Now you got a ramen tracker in your house. Right, right. Well, it is gonna be, I agree with you, it's gonna be something to the point where it's gonna be able to track you just like that, but on a higher level than your phone. Even though these phones do track us, so to speak. They track us all, believe me.
Eve is a human-sized robot with a height of 182 centimeters and it weighs 86 kg. Eve operates silently with its 24 motors and 23 degrees of freedom.
Now, I say that was really key, that this robot is going to be in your house, you know, operating pretty much silently. Now, that's pretty key. Uh, you know, you're not going to have a robot clicking and clacking all over the damn house. But I do think it's funny because, you know, as these robots start coming out in people's homes and stuff, you know, you're going to have some of these families that, hey, they bought a robot and look, they weren't able to upgrade their robot. You know what I'm saying? Over time, just like appliances in the home. You know, you buy stuff, it may last 20 years or whatever. But I just think it's, oh, even your car, you buy your car, hey, some people take care of their car, may last a super long time. But you're also going to run across families where, man, hey, look, they weren't able to upgrade. Hey, the robot started breaking down. Look, it may still be functional, but that quiet feature may not be necessarily working like that anymore. I can just envision you going up somebody's house, that robot, but it's still working. But you know, like they say, it works while it's quiet. Now, hey, it's gonna be some families that ain't gonna be able to afford to keep their robots up over time. Them jokers gonna be making all type of noise in the house. Believe me.
It can lift up to 8 kg per arm and
Oh crap! There I go again. Hold on, I'm sorry guys. I gotta go back. It says it can lift up to 8 kilograms a arm. No, that ain't much though. I guess they trying to keep it so it ain't just too strong, but that's only 17 pounds an arm. Let's go back.
3 degrees of freedom. It can lift up to 8 kg per arm and navigates autonomously. It's also capable of autonomous door opening and elevator travel.
Now, like I told you earlier, it navigates autonomously. Now, autonomously means that it's working without you having to control it. So it's avoiding doors, all type of things that's in its way. You know, it's able to navigate it, open doors, and all this stuff. But I'm just saying, I'm wondering what they mean by operate autonomously. Like, I guess are they saying that? Because see, autonomously means it's working by itself. But I'm just saying, like, I'm sure that once you turn it on, it's just not going to just start walking around your house just for no reason. That's what I'm trying to say. Uh, I don't know unless it's a wrong mode on there or something. I have no idea. But I'm wondering, do they mean like it's a remote or something, or some type of controller where you say, "Hey, come meet me in the kitchen." Where okay, you don't have to walk it into the kitchen; it comes in there without bumping into anything. I wonder, is that what they sort of mean by it operates autonomously, or I wonder, do they mean that hey, you just turn it on and now it's just sort of doing what it wants to do until you ask it to do something. I don't exactly know what the features would be, with that. They just say it operates autonomous. It can operate autonomously.
and elevator travel. Eve has
Let me
360
go back.
degree field of navigates autonomously. It's also capable of autonomous door opening and elevator travel.
Now that's badass though. I already said that. Opening the door and elevator travel on its own. That's crazy.
Door opening and elevator travel. Eve has 360-degree field of view for improved teleoperation, surveillance, and autonomy. Expressive API permits users to interact directly with the whole body controller for track navigation and manipulation tasks. The guys at CES showed how Eve worked by standing in one room and performing tasks, while the robot mirrored those tasks in a different room.
So that's badass. Like I say, it's got that VR ability to where, hey, let's just say you're working in a dangerous manufacturing plant or something. You got some stuff that you don't want humans to handle. You can literally go virtual reality, be in a whole nother room and have her doing all type of tasks. Like even right now, she's cooking and things of that nature, but supposedly somebody's in another room controlling her. Uh, I do think that at some point though, once again, when you got a robot in your house, you don't want to be sitting right there with a virtual reality thing on there telling it what to do. You want it to be able to do all these things on its own. So uh I don't think it's at that point to where it can like you see it cooking now. It can't do all of that on its own right now. Right now there's somebody controlling it, telling it what to do. Uh, but I do believe it'll be a matter of time before they'll get that one to start doing things completely on its own, as far as cooking, cleaning, and all that stuff. Let's go back a little bit.
And performing tasks, while the robot mirrored those tasks in a different room. Eve is priced at $150,000. Number 5, via
Okay, so it's other robots on here, but for the sake of this show, that's the one I really wanted to talk about. Was Eve, honestly, because the other ones they really aren't practical for our use. Uh, but Eve was the main one that I really wanted to talk about. Because she looks like the most. I mean, and I'm not going to be able. I'm not going to show that whole video because there's so much music and stuff on it. I might go through the rest of that list though before we get out of here. But for the purposes of this show, I want to just show you guys Eve. Because although, of course, I'm living the life of the companion dog life. I love this life. I love how it's evolving. I love how manufacturers like Real Doll are pushing the envelopes as far as AI technology. And I do believe it's only a matter of time before they get these dolls up walking and being interactive. But I don't believe they're going to be interactive in the way that people have asked me about for a couple of generations, like I've said before, to where they're completely like a Terminator. And if you really believe that you're going to see a Terminator in the next 5, 10 years, or 20 years, I suggest you go back and watch the movie and see exactly what I'm talking about and what people are asking me. They're not asking for a robot that can, hey, I'm a robot. No, they're not asking me about that. They're asking me about a high level, artificially intelligent robot that is undiscernible from a human. Now, indiscernible from a human. Like I say, that's generations and generations away. But I do believe we're going to see small robotic improvements with these companion dogs over time, and to the point where they're going to be able to do a whole lot of movements. But I believe the first robots we're going to see in homes, pushed out on a massive commercial scale, that can actually do a lot of tasks and things of that nature, will be robots that look similar to Eve. Now, they sort of tout Eve as a personal robot, but they're not. I guarantee you, Eve would not be in homes first. Eve type robots would be available to these businesses. And honestly, I have a show that I've been meaning to do where it's some type of small robot somewhere in my city right now working at a restaurant. So I definitely want to I want to do a show on that in the future. But that's exactly what I believe we're going to be seeing. Smaller robots similar to Eve's capability. I don't care if it's you go to a restaurant and they're just coming by to ask for your check, and that's all they can do. I don't care about that. What I'm saying is those are the small steps that's going to happen. That's going to lead us to seeing robots everywhere. And the main ones we're going to see, especially over here in the Americas and in this side of the world, we're going to be seeing robots in our homes before we see the humanoid type of robots, you know. And I can see smaller versions of Eve being offered in homes and things of that nature to just sort of help people out. I could just see it constantly getting more advanced and more advanced over time. And actually, it's another robot. I'm glad I just thought about that. It's actually another robot that I did want to talk about in this list. So let's take a look at this one. Right. Let me look at make sure I ain't got no comments. Okay, cool. I'm gonna let y'all see a little bit of this, but I ain't gonna play the music on this. So this is Viomitra. She's a robot that they plan on using it to, for outer space projects and things of that nature. And she's only a half of a robot. Like you say, they got half humanoid right there. And they're going to be using her to sort of communicate and read the instruments in this shuttle that they're going to launch, I think in 2024. So for her to cost $2 million and only be half of a body, I'm like, man, I'm wondering why she cost it. I guess because she's space capable, but they don't really say that she can do a whole bunch other than communicate what she sees on these screens. So I don't know why she costs that much, but either way, that's Viomitra. But this is the robot that I want to talk about next. I forgot about him because this is a bit more affordable than the Eve robot. And I definitely want to say something about this one. I almost forgot about this guy. Let me talk about this guy. And this is what Tesla's working on. I'm sure. Oh, I wasn't even showing you. My bad, guys. Ooh, I wasn't even showing you. My bad. I forgot I clicked out of there. Well, let me show y'all Viomitra again. I'm sorry about that. But this is Viomitra, who I was just talking about. Like I said, she's just only a half humanoid robot that they're using. You can see it half humanoid. And I've already discussed her, but that's her right there. She's going to be going up into that shuttle, communicating with NASA or whoever she's going to be communicating with, giving them all the information from up in space. And I think that she costs $2 million because she's space ready, like I said before. But this is the robot I wanted to show you next, though. And this is Optimus from Tesla. And I saw him the other day, honestly. Let's check him out right quick.
$20,000. Being 5'8" tall and weighing 56.7 kg, Optimus by Tesla seems to be a perfect fit for working in an environment surrounded by humans. It can also deadlift around 68 kg and carry approximately 20 kg of weight.
So this particular robot, I've talked to you millions of times, well, not millions of times, but several times about how people keep asking me about companion dogs, you know, developing and being able to walk, once again, looking like Blade Runner, looking like Terminator. And I've always said, hey, man, they haven't even perfected how to condense all of these motor functions into a human, you know, form yet. They've sort of done it with the arms to where they can make it look like human, human robotic arms now. But as far as the legs, I keep seeing bulky type legs, that aren't anywhere close to being in the human form yet. So where I'm like, okay, they'll probably have a better chance on getting the arms working because the arms don't have to support anything. But when I saw this Optimus right here, these are some of the most sleek robotic legs that I've seen in the industry. Now you're gonna see, I forgot, man, I got even more to show you. Thank God. But these are some of the most sleek legs you're gonna see. So I was like, you know what? They're working there. They're working towards getting all this stuff smaller. Because I told you to bring about these Blade Runners and Terminators, they're really going to have to shrink these components down a whole lot more. They're going to have to condense all these components down a whole lot more so they can put a human silicone shape over all of the hardware, and it would still look human-like. Because if you were to put silicone over this, it's not going to look human-like. It's too big, too bulky. But it's a big step in the right direction. And even with something like this, supposedly this thing is only priced at like $20,000. So in reality, you can almost think like, man, that's almost affordable, for the average person. But once again, you still won't be getting the Oculus in your home anytime soon. I guarantee you. Now, you may start once they make them more capable and able to be out amongst people and in the workforce. Like I say, you're going to see things like this pop up at the workplace. And one day in the distant future, or near, it's like I said, none of this time is all relative. So it's a distant future for me and you today, but it's really not going to be that far into the future, where you're going to start seeing robots close to this start to enter the home at some point. But let's get through looking at it.
However, for now, it is planned to travel only 8 kilometers per hour. Optimus, priced at $20,000, integrates with Tesla Autopilot software, along with the right cameras to work as per the neural network for its FSD. Its neural network works like the human brain in Tesla's self-driving EVs to analyze the surroundings through integrated cameras. It also determines what one needs to do when struck with some obstacles by labeling and recognizing different images and routes. In terms of movement capability, the Tesla Robotics team is aiming extremely high, with no fewer than 18 sometimes complex movement, including forward walking, squatting and squat walk, sidestepping, turning while walking.
I say this about that though. It's not as practical as Eve is. For me, it's not as practical as Eve is, to be in your home. Yeah, look at all these wires and all this stuff. It's sort of made in the fashion of what I was saying earlier about companion dogs being able to walk and do all the things that humans can do. That's what this is, to me, reaching for. It's reaching for trying to be like us. But it's not going to be practical for you to have this in your home right now with the way it's moving, with all these components out and all this type of stuff. It's not going to be practical, in my opinion. But the other robot, even though it can only roll around, it doesn't have all of these things exposed. Right now, it can move a lot faster and quicker than something like this can, and it can serve more purposes for you uh, than this can right now. I believe this one has a lot more work to go, but it's definitely a promising looking robot, though.
Up to eye level.
And I still don't understand how, man, it seems like it's so much more going on with this robot, but it actually costs less. I don't know how to. I guess they're just saying, hey, that's just how much it straight up costs as far as the components and all that to put it on. But I guarantee you, if you see this on the market, I'm sure they're going to hike that price up.
Squeezing or gripping an object and lifting it, climbing stairs, sliding objects, using a drill, pushing and pulling objects, and using a screwdriver. Musk mentioned that Optimus also lets users download their personality into it. They can do so by downloading some of their brain characteristics into the robot including some of their personality traits.
Man, what in the hell do they mean by that? Now, I guess they're saying that, hey, I'm sort of confused about that a little bit, only from the point of, are they saying that you just basically choose from a range of emotions and then you input it into the robot? Or is it something that they're trying to hook up to your brain? Look, are they trying to hook up to your brain and extract something from something that is hooked up to you? I mean, trying to extract your emotions from actually yourself. If they're doing that, they've lost their damn minds. Because it ain't no way uh that I know I would be hooking a damn thing up to my head trying to transfer my mental data to the robot. So I'm hoping they mean just, hey, okay, you go on there and you choose from a set of characteristics and you say, okay, this is how I normally act. So I'm going to download this information up to the robot. But if they're talking about any type of self-analyzation technology and then it transfers that information over to the doll, they've lost their damn minds. It ain't no way in here I'd do something like that. But once again, that robot, to me, that's something that's on a companion doll level type stuff right there, where you can sort of download your personality. My thing is, I don't know, man. I would it would be cool to sort of adjust how it, how its personality is, but I don't think I would try to make a direct replica of myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that. Either way, it's very interesting though. And next, I'm going to turn to I might as well though. Hey, I've been a renegade. I want to show this last one, man, because let me see who else they have on here. I do have a couple of other ones on here that's pretty cool. I think I'm just going to talk about them though. But this Joker here, man, I do like this Atlas that you see in the background right here. It's at $150,000. And although it does not look human or anything like that, this Joker can move. Now, this is supposedly one of the best moving robots from an agility standpoint. And when you see all these robots, I do believe it's going to come a day where they're going to combine the best features from all these robots to help make that Terminator or Blade Runner type robot that I've discussed. But let's check this out a little bit.
Number 3, Atlas, $150,000. Atlas is a research platform designed to push the limits of whole body mobility. Atlas's advanced control system and state of the art hardware give the robot the power and balance to demonstrate human level agility. It has one of the world's most compact mobile hydraulic systems. A custom battery, valves, and a compact hydraulic power unit enable Atlas to deliver high power to any of its 28 hydraulic joints for impressive feats of mobility. Atlas
I can't lie, this thing is hopping around. When I first saw this, I was like, "Nah, man, this reminds me of anime or cartoons because it almost doesn't look real how this machinery is moving around." And it's not that tall or anything, but I don't give a damn. Just to see, this type of stuff you see in cartoons and stuff. So I'm like, man, this is pretty cool how it can move like this. But even as you see with the legs, once again, look how it has to be made to move like this. Even though it has arms and legs, this isn't anywhere near being a Blade Runner. This isn't anywhere near being a Terminator. But once again, in the future, they can use this technology to incorporate into a Blade Runner or Terminator style android. They can use these physics and things of that nature to apply to that robot. And ultimately, like I say, one day, looking at all these different robots, they can make the perfect, humanoid android.
advanced control system enables highly diverse and agile locomotion, while algorithms reason through complex
Look at the
dynamic
dog.
interactions involving the whole body and environment to plan movements. It has a speed of 2.5 meters per second. With a height of 1.5 meters and weight of 89 kg, Atlas
So 1.5 meters, like I say, that ain't, how tall is that? Look, I don't want to speak before I know, because y'all already know I ain't the greatest at math. So, oh, it's taller than I thought. It's taller than I thought. It's 4 feet 11 inches. I thought it was something like, honestly, I thought it was something like 2 feet tall. So this thing is, hey, it's got a little height on it to be able to do all what it's doing.
Atlas uses 3D printed parts to give it the strength to weight ratio necessary for
Look
leaps
at
and
it.
somersaults. Overall, Atlas
I laugh when I see it doing that, man. This look fake to me. I promise you, this looks so fake. It's unreal for it to be doing this. Watch this.
strength to weight ratio necessary for leaps and
Hey,
somersaults. Overall, Atlas is the most agile humanoid in existence. It uses whole body
look at
skills to
that.
move quickly.
So it's like I say, it's the most agile in existence, man. Like I said, they're going to be using some of these mechanics in the future. They're going to fine tune it, in the future.
And balance dynamically. It can lift and carry objects like boxes and crates, but its favorite tricks are running, jumping, and doing backflips. Although Boston Dynamics Atlas is a research platform and not available for purchase, it costs $150,000. Number 2, Geminoid F.
So, like I say, it's $150,000 not available for purchase. Now, this is Geminoid F. I'm not gonna let all this play with the music and stuff. Let me just go let that go. Who gives a damn?
$110,000. Making a robot look like a person takes the work of an artist. To make the Geminoid F, researchers in Ishiguro's laboratory
And I wonder why the Geminoid F didn't show up in my other videos, like when it was showing the top 5 robots. Because this robot is off the damn chain from what it looks like. You gonna see, watch this.
had to first measure the features of a woman using a 3D scanner.
I love this part because look, this dude, if I was him, I'd be mad. Because it looks just like him, don't get me wrong. But I can't lie. Just that expression on his face and stuff. Whoever made him, it's still sort of like they sort of made him to look a little wacky. And he looking over there like, hey, hers look better than mine. Even though it looked just like him, though. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. She look like she actually fine, though. I'm gonna be honest with you.
They then used these measurements to produce a plastic mold of the woman's face, which was then used to cast a silicone face for the robot with near identical features. A lot of robots.
It really looked like her.
Better to your.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It really looks like her. It really actually, that robot looks like her a lot. The Geminoid F. I wonder why they didn't have the Geminoid F on my other video though. I really do.
Materials, but the skin on the Geminoid F's face and body is soft and flexible. Her silicone skin is one of the features that makes the Geminoid F seem so real. Another feature that helps to make the Geminoid F seem real is the way she moves. The Geminoid F has 12 pneumatic actuators.
But I don't really know if she's fully capable. I don't think they ever really said that if she's fully capable as far as all her body parts working.
That pump air through little valves all throughout her eyes, face, lips, neck, and torso. These actuators are what make the Geminoid F's expression so
I about to say her expression right here looks so real. It's unbelievable.
very lifelike. She blinks, twitches, and smiles almost like a real person. Geminoid F, priced at $110,000, can be programmed to act out a simple routine, or it can be controlled at a distance using telepresence. The person controlling the Geminoid F sits in front of a webcam that captures their facial expression, orientation, and speech. This information is then translated to robot commands that are sent to the robot over the internet. The Geminoid F was designed to travel so that it could go to science museums, demonstrations, and labs around the world. She has been used for entertainment, singing songs, and acting in the first ever play featuring an android named Sayonara.
Yeah, that's what it is. She's not fully capable. She's not made to be a companion to where she's fully operational or anything down below. But like you say, she can be used for things like this, showcases and stuff like that. But keep in mind, if you got all these actuators in her, making her facial expressions do all of this, believe me, they could make her fully functional. I'm sure they could, just like these dolls are fully capable, they can make her fully functional. But since they didn't make her for that reason, I guess she's not fully functional right now. But I do like that robot a lot, though. That's a beautiful robot they made. And this is number 1, Amika. I don't like Amika. But you know what? They confuse me on here because I don't really know exactly what they mean by this, but you will hear them saying it. And everything I've ever found, they talk about Sophia as being the most advanced robot in the world. She has citizenship and all of that. But on here, they talk about this robot being the most advanced, and I'm like, nah, something ain't right here. Maybe it's the most advanced in its class or something, but it's not more advanced than Sophia. It can't even do all the things that Sophia can do. So I don't know why they said that on here, but let's check it out.
$33,000. 3,000. Nara. Number 1 Amica. $133,000. Developed by Engineered Arts, the leading designer and manufacturer of humanoid entertainment robots, Amica is the world's most advanced, most realistic humanoid robot, representing the cutting-edge technology of humanoid robotics. Amica is a cloud-connected.
Like I say, maybe just in the world of straight robotics or so, I don't know how they're ranking it, but like I said, once again, everything I've read, everything I've seen, and you probably, if you kept up with me inside my other videos, you'll hear them say it in the videos about Sophia being number one, the most highest advanced AI technology that she has. Uh, she doesn't even have silicone skin. She has some type of specially made rubber type skin that she has. So I don't know why out of the blue they're saying this one was number one. Like I say, Sophia can finally walk now, but this one can't even walk. You're here.
Platform that multiplies the power of artificial intelligence with an artificial body. Artificial intelligence
Hold on, let me go back.
with an artificial body. Cloud-connected platform that multiplies the power of artificial intelligence, the cutting-edge technology of humanoid robotics. Amica is a cloud-connected platform that multiplies the power of artificial intelligence with an artificial body, where AI and machine learning systems can be tested and developed alongside Engineered Arts' powerful Tritium robot operating system. Its hardware is a development based on Engineered Arts' own research into humanoid robotics and built on their advanced Mesmer technology. Amica's combination of artificial limbs and ligaments, actuators, and sensor arrays uses cutting-edge technology. However, its lower half is currently non-functional.
That's what I'm saying. Its lower half isn't even functional yet, but like I said, it's doing some nice stuff. But hell, no offense, I take Eve over. Look, it can't do anything yet. You know, hell. But I don't know why they're trying to say that it's more. Like I say, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do more. I don't understand why they're saying that, because Eve is supposedly the most advanced robot out. Hold on, I'm looking for this file somewhere quick. And I've talked about her before. I mean, not Eve, but Sophia is the most advanced robot out. Sorry, I said that wrong. Okay, let me show you. Oh, they got Eve on here from doing something from 2 months ago. I'm gonna see what they say on here. Hold on, guys. Let me see something. I've showed you this video before, but I'm looking at it right quick. Hold on. Okay, either way. I'm gonna see something right quick. Let's see. So Sophia is supposed to be a social robot that can mimic social behavior. It was granted citizenship in Saudi Arabia, becoming the first robot to receive legal personhood. The first non-human to be given a United Nations title. It got a United Nations title. But I don't know why they would say that the other one would be number one when everybody says this one is number one. I have no idea about that. But I know the other one is not built as a social robot yet, though. Let's see. Sophia has lifelike skin, ability to emulate more than 60 facial expressions. We already know that from all the videos I've done. I don't know. Sophia was upgraded with functional legs, ability to walk, blah, blah, blah. I already talked about that a while back. I'm just going to see. Take something before I come back to the chat. Either way, I'm going to do more research later, and I'll probably come back to you guys another time. But for the purposes of right now, I'm going to let this play in the background. Something else I saw earlier. There it is. I'm going to let this play in the background. Let me check out a couple of these comments. Dr. Fear says, like auto call cops when you yell at your kids. I don't know what he was talking about, but he was probably talking about when we was talking about tracking or tracing or something. I'm not quite sure what he meant by that. But I do know one thing. One thing I do know what I hate about our phones as far as tracking, I've said this before. I hate when they send these Amber Alerts and all this stuff to everybody's phone. It just lets you know that they know exactly where the hell they can find out exactly where you are whenever they want to. I ain't never liked that. You can't even turn that Amber Alert stuff off without harming your phone or something. So let me see something. Let me show this in the background. This is just Eve still doing a myriad of tasks. It's Eve doing a myriad of tasks in the background. This is a whole nother video that they were showing on her, and they were just basically showing all the stuff that she can do. But Hambone says, salute Jay and the girls. Thank you, Hambone. Power Brain says, shalom, Jay. How you doing? I'm doing great, Power Brain. Austin says, Jay. Hey, my man. Feels like it's been a while. Oh, yeah, Austin, it had been a while. I ain't seen you in a while, brother. I hope you getting your girl back soon. And I hope she's doing great. But yeah, this is once again, look how big that robot is, man. And you know what? It's something I did. I was wondering. I'm like, man, it's got the wheels on its leg. It can walk around, but how could it get up steps? They never showed if it could get up steps, because I don't really see a way that it can actually get up the steps. Those wheels definitely don't look big enough, and I don't really see a way it can sort of climb steps. I wonder if that's possible. They really don't say. That's something that they're going to have to work on, though, if it can't climb steps, because that means, you know, if you want to leave out of the house, you're going to have to try to get it down the steps or something like that. Or even if it's in a business, how is it going to navigate? You know, is it always going to have to use an elevator? Look, I was tripping off how it's helping carry the elderly, you know, take them places and stuff. And I was thinking about my grandmother when I saw that, because I was like, you know what? Oh, they're showing how I can shake hands. I was thinking about my grandmother when it was because I was like, you know, I can't be over there 24/7, and she sometimes needs somebody to maybe hold her hand or something, even though she has a walker and stuff of that nature. But I think if she could get used to it, I think she would like have a personal robot around the house that can do several things for her. I do believe she would like it. But hold on, let me catch up with some comments right quick. Let me put this on pause. I don't want to miss my comments. Hold on. Deadly Face says, what up, Jay? Them undefeated Mound Boys miss you and your bro, fam. Hope all is well. I don't know who you talking about. The undefeated Mound Boys miss you and your bro, fams. Hope all is well. This must be one of my partners from a way back. Oh yeah, what up, my friend? Good to see you. I think that's who this is. One of my old partners, because he said the Mound, and I know me and my bro we used to play basketball all over the city or whatever, and he know damn well that the Mound ain't undefeated. If this one of the one of the partners I used to talk to, not messing around with us, you know we used to win. And okay, that's what I thought. Nah, y'all, you know y'all ain't undefeated, and you know that. You know that. Hey, as a matter of fact, y'all ain't never beat us. Good to see you, bro. Cecile says, it's funny you mentioned that. Reggie told me that he has to get some sealant to get her repainted nails finalized. Wow, okay. Then she's coming home. Okay. Man, it was funny, Austin. I was reading some stuff in a message board the other day, and I saw something you left a long time ago talking about her. I said, look at Austin. Yeah, because I was doing some research on Real Doll, and I ended up running across some stuff you was talking about your girl need repairs and stuff. And I saw you sharing some more pictures of her and stuff. Man, I can't lie, that looked bad though, as far as like, man, I was just thinking like, man, these Real Dolls, that made totally different than regular companion dolls, man. That made totally different. Their skeletons, they got a lot of different components and stuff like that in there. So yeah, I know you can send your doll to Godmotto Haven to get fixed. You know, if you have a real doll, you can send it to this place called Godmotto Haven to get fixed. But man, I can't lie. I do think it's good that they say they'll walk you through any repairs that you need to do. But I know, man, I don't look forward to my real dog being injured at all. Whenever I get one, I don't look forward to it being injured. But I know for mine and stuff, I'm probably gonna be trying to do some operations. I'm probably gonna be trying to do some operations, unless God brings me into overflow before then, to where I can actually do like you doing, Austin. But I don't like to speak from the point that I'm in right now, because right now, I've told you about it. I always think about what God has for you coming up. Because see, right now, I have that limited human vision to where I'm still thinking about the average bills getting paid, light bills and just living on a day-to-day basis. So right now, it's sort of outside of my capabilities to sort of envision how I would be able to afford getting a repair on my real doll or something like that. But I already know God is a God of overflow and explosive blessings. So by that time, I come into whatever I need to do to get her spruced up if I ever need to. But if you just look at my dolls now, you could probably tell that my real doll gonna probably be in tip-top condition for years to come, because I'm not gonna be using her in any type of aggressive way. Austin says, but aside from that, he says he's enjoying some Jack and Pepsi with my main girl Ruby, grinding away to add Tifa to the family. Believe me, man, I'm going to drop a video about something that you really need to be watching with your companion dog. Man, I don't even want to talk about it now. I'm going to do a separate video. But I'm watching an anime right now. Oh my God. It's not my favorite anime, as far as like I'm watching so many animes. Like My Hero Academia is unreal right now. It's unbelievable. This anime called Yowamushi Pedal. If you like biking, you're gonna love that. It's off the chain. I've been looking at that, and of course I've been looking at One Piece. And man, it's something else I seem like I've been looking at too. It was one more. My Hero. It was one more. But either way, I picked up a brand new anime just recently, and you wouldn't believe this, but man, it's a must watch for companion dog owners. I'm going to do a video about it probably tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. But when you break out that Jack and Pepsi, that's what you're going to be wanting to watch. It's very interesting. Let me turn this video back on. Okay, look at that, it's working. Hey, it's got a lot of dexterity. Eve does. It can reach high. Look at Eve. I like this when Eve was getting down low with it. Look at Eve getting down low. So it says 89 kilograms right there. The last one said 82, I thought. I thought it was cool watching it pick up these smaller things. They say it's going to be affordable. Yeah, for safe. But look, I was tripping off of that as far as you have to have some special little things on it for it to pick it up. You know, because Cokes and stuff like that are made with that little strip on top of it where you can pick it up like that. That's something they specially added to it. So if it was to do work in warehouses, you know, all type of stuff is going to have to be made different so these robots can handle it. But if they can ever, you know, get it to where they're capable of going into the average everyday home, it's still going to be stuff that's going to have to be tailor-made for the robots to pick it up. But it's still sweet that it can pick up these small things like this. I like how I got the face on it too. It's funny. It's not a human face, but still, I like the computer face that can sort of smile and give you little expressions a little bit. Look at it's cooking. But once again, don't be fooled, guys. This isn't the robot doing this by itself. It's somebody operating it via virtual reality from another room. Like I say, in time, it's going to be cool if the robot is actually going to be able to do this all on its own. It's going to be cool for it to be able to do that all on its own, without you needing to hook up to the virtual reality. They said mode autonomous. You saw it moving around by itself, checking folks' ID. Now this is the part where, like I said, it's gonna be pissing people off at certain places. You're gonna be seeing these jokers at games, you know, game venues, basketball games, football games, at some point in the future. Obstruction is moving to obstruction. It's pretty cool though. Actually, Eve looks, I'm gonna tell you something. It's something about the look of the robot where it actually looks like it's a, you know, it looks like it's, I don't know what about it looks friendly, but that's until it turns red and goes rogue on you and goes to try to break your neck. But I'm gonna be honest with you, something about it looks wholesome and friendly. Deadly Fang, Ant laughing. Yeah, Ant, what up? Good to see you, Ant, man. Blue CCG says, good morning, JDKH and the girls. Great to catch the live, man. Glad to have you. Blue CCG, Dog King Army team member. If you ever want to be a Dog King Army team member, remember, you can just do that from the front page of my YouTube channel, or I have a link in the description of all of my videos, or the about section of my YouTube channel where you can become a team member. I think it's in the about section too. If not, you can definitely check in the description of the videos or go to the front page of my YouTube. Blue CCG says, man, those robots look crazy. He said, what happens if that robot pisses you off and you punch it in the face? Well, hey, like you say, you'll hurt your hand more than likely. But, you know, hey, you might not want to hit it in the face because at the chance that it could wake up on you one day. And if it decides to hit you back, Lord have mercy, it's going to be some trouble. I was watching this video, man. I wish I could find it again, but it was this guy. Man, he was just, and I wouldn't show it on YouTube anyway. I don't think they'll let me show it, but he was just hitting this donkey, right? Hitting this donkey with a closed fist, just laying into this donkey. And then he tried to jump on top of the donkey and ride it. And right when he tried to jump on the donkey, man, the donkey reached down and bit his leg, man. And he was crying like a baby. And that donkey was swinging him around by his leg, man. I can't lie. It looked like it hurt so bad. But I'm going to be honest. I hey, look, I wasn't really feeling bad for him, man, because I was like, you know what? See, that's what you get. That's exactly what you get. You was just hitting this donkey, hitting the donkey. You didn't think it was gonna get you back, but these, these animals aren't just out here, like I said, without emotions and stuff like that. They're thinking. You're just not. People don't give it credit for thinking like we do, but they think like we do. They're just not human. So you think that you're hitting this donkey and it's not getting pissed at you, and it's like, nah, bro. As soon as I get a chance to get you back, I got your ass. And so I'm gonna bring the robot up to say, hey, it could always be that chance encounter to where the robot it may not wake up, but it could go haywire and start hitting you back one day, and you'll be like, oh, stop it, somebody help me. Oh, and that'll be what they call karma. So now I wouldn't do it, Blue CCG. Austin says, speaking of Ruby, she wants me to send her regards to you. Oh yeah, thank you. Look, me and the girls send our love, man, because as you can see, I broke back. I had to break out my beautiful side, Emma Renee Uzumaki today. She's looking beautiful. I had to bring her big, thick, beautiful butt out. I had gave her enough rest. It was time for her to get her big leg butt out here. I had to send my beautiful lady, Cara Frost, to the back for a second. She actually, I never actually gave her a little wipe down from when she got here. But it's so strange. She feels perfect. She really feels perfect out of the box. Now, I still always say get them a small little wipe down, but I haven't even done that yet, just to get any probably factory residue off of her. But when I rub her, it feels like she's been powdered. I mean, she feels great. I said, you know what? I probably won't give her a true bath until next month. That's probably when I'm going to give her a first wipe down because she feels so good right now. But me and the girls send our love to you and the girls too, Austin. Let me see something. Let me turn this back on in a second. Hold on, let me see what they say. Blue CCG says, ha ha ha, like a Terminator made. He said, that's karma. He says, Blue CCG says, would you say there comes a point where hitting a machine versus a living animal becomes a similar act? Meaning if the AI gets to the point of them having emotions. Well, like I say, I've sort of talked about this before, and I'm going to talk about this again in the future, but I always say it's best not to hit anything like that because you want to be in control of your emotions. If you're striking out at an animal or striking out at a robot or whatever like that, it really means that you've lost control of your emotions. It's never healthy. It's never healthy for you to lose control of your emotional control. It's not good for you to do that. I've done it for years, before I became who I am now. I've always thought it was actually healthy every blue moon for you to lose control. But that's really not the case. You can stay in control of your emotions without letting things, get to you. You really can do that. And it's really best to stay in control of your emotions. That's really the best course of action, not to let yourself get out of control. So that's one. But as far as the emotions with the companion doll it's the companion doll, even right now, these girls, everything about them and my fantasy is real to me, as far as, hey, in my reality, I don't want to cause them any harm. Somebody outside of my home, they wouldn't see them quite like I do. But if they were to try to bring harm to my girls, they would get a reaction of protection out of me because I don't want any harm to come to them, even though I know they don't have human flesh. They still mean something emotionally to me. But even though in my imagination they display emotion, they don't really have emotion. They only have the emotion that I project into them. Same with the android. Even though they will be displaying emotion, even though they can be programmed with emotion, it won't be their real emotion, like a human being. It will still be them reacting to a program. No matter how real it is, it's still going to be them reacting to a program. So in your mind, you can probably try to justify this saying, oh, it don't matter how real it is, I can hit it and get away with it. But my retort to that would be whether it can actually feel, whether it's actually sentient like a true human being, you still shouldn't want to bring it harm, and you still shouldn't want to let yourself get out of control. Just like I say with the companion dogs, although certain actions, I still don't want it to be illegal if somebody's bringing harm to their own companion dog by not being human. I don't think that they should be necessarily charged by law. Or, I don't think, hey, you beat up your companion dog, you in trouble. No. But I would not encourage that act. You don't want to get used to doing things that are destructive or wrong, and then one day you do it without thinking about it in your regular everyday life. You don't want to get used to hitting your companion dog or animal or anything, and then guess what? You get with a human friend or a human mate, and before you know it, you hit them because you're used to letting your emotions get out of control. So I already consider, it similar, it's to where you don't want to hit a machine or a living being in anger. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe they can both, of course, a living thing is going to feel the immediate pain, but you don't want to be hitting either one because it's just bad habits to build up in yourself. Blue CCG says, definitely well said. Most definitely, Blue CCG. Man, hold on, let me let the rest of this video play, though. Let's check out the rest of this video, see what they're going to show this robot doing. So now it's moving, it's in autonomous mode. Look, it's turning on the car or turning it off. Now, look, there he is. He was operating it remotely from some room, talking and all of that stuff. And look, it's using the elevator, like we discussed earlier. Even though it can't actually walk, like I said, I like the capabilities in it. Like, look, you see it's bending down to pick stuff up. They made it very well with the way it can turn right here and bend down and do stuff. Like, even though it doesn't have legs, it can be, this particular robot is well made, as far as it can do a lot of things. Like I said, I still don't believe this robot will be in our home anytime soon. Not the masses. You'll see it in businesses. And I ain't gonna lie, the super elite may be able, once they get released, the super elite might be able to get one in their home. But I do believe over time, this is the type of robot, functional robot, we're gonna see in our homes first before we see full Terminators. But I think this feature is pretty cool, how it can bend all the way down like that. And they say they put cameras all in it so it can notice things. And of course, you've seen the cameras where it can notice what to pick up, how far to bend down to pick it up, and stuff, things of that nature. This is pretty cool here. It's just showing the flexibility and the dexterity of it right here in this video. I thought that was pretty cool. It's just showing you how, man, it got all type of range of motion. The arms just flinging around and body moving in all type of ways. So although it's on rollers, it can do a lot. Now, did you see that? I think that's going to take a bit to get used to. Watch this. Whereas when you stand in front of it, it's the opposite arm. Even though it's the same arm she was using, it was the right arm for the right arm. But standing in front of it, I think that would sort of throw you off because it's the opposite arm that's in front of you. It's pretty cool, though. But you see her with this is what I was talking about, though. I want to talk about that. Hold on. Even though I say it can be operated with a VR, only thing I'm saying is you're not going to want, I don't give a damn, man. Like, this is going to be good for businesses. If they can, like say, if it's something dangerous in another room, they can use this with the robot and make it do things. But I'm just saying, average on the everyday use, the average user is not going to want to be putting this on to sort of make his dog do stuff all the time. That's what I say. I don't think they would be far away from making it be able to do more things just straight up on its own without even the use of a virtual reality controller. I'm not saying it'd be just completely annoying, but I know that I wouldn't want to be putting on a virtual reality helmet every time I want my dog to do a specialized task like cooking and cleaning and doing that. I want to be able to just push a button or send a command to it and say, hey man, clean up the house, clean up the kitchen, make some dinner. You know what I'm saying? You don't, what's the point of having a robot if you have to put the VR on and cook the dinner, while it's cooking? Now that can help you if you have like I said, that could be helpful if it's a older person somewhere that you're tending to that you can't actually be there right on the scene. If they can make these virtual reality helmets like work from a bit of a distance, maybe you can be next door to your loved one and you can actually do it from your house. You can cook for them from your house. Now, like I said, all those capabilities are cool, but I think the better capability is if it can just do it without needing a virtual reality assistant. But it's still cool though. Like I said, it's a lot of advancements being made out here in the robotic world. But although I know a lot of you are going to be getting hyped from this, I do want to caution you. Once again, we see so many of these videos that never make it out to market in our lifetime. Like I could be showing you this now. You may not see, the world may not see this on the market for 50 years. I'm talking about actually. They may not see it in a workplace for 30 years, 20 years, That's not a super duper long time, but what I'm saying is it'll be there before we get a hold of them, the average person. So you may be out there clamoring for, man, I can't wait till I get one. Well, guess what? You won't actually be able to touch one for years to come. 20 years, let's just say you start seeing more of these in the workplace. Well, it may be another 10, 20 years after that before you start even seeing them surface in homes. You see what I'm getting at? And then by the time you start seeing these surface in homes, just think, you're going to see another 100 years before you start seeing a Terminator like I explained to you. Maybe even 200. Because it has to evolve. They're going to get these robots in homes. They're going to get better. And, they're going to eventually start making a turn to these full Android robots that you're going to have to look 2 and 3 times at to be like, hey, is that an Android or a human? So, but I do see a lot of advancements being made. This gives me a lot of encouragement for the future. Like I say, I believe we're going to be having R2D2s at some point in our homes, leading to the Eves in our homes, leading to the Terminator or Blade Runner type AIs in our homes, as a human society. We may not see it, and I can take might out of it. We won't see that in our lifetime, but humans as a whole will be seeing that in the coming future. But don't be surprised over the next 20 years, man, we start seeing some form of bigger robots in the home. Because right now you have those robots that can sweep your floor and things of that nature, where you're going to start seeing more and more capable robots in the home over the next 20, 30 years. Very exciting time. Blue CCG says, damn, it's flexible. He says, so are they hoping to bring this to run autonomously? Because what's the use of it? That's what I was saying. You're right with me, Blue CCG. It's cool to have a pilot for businesses when you have to send them into dangerous areas or something like that, or even if you're running a elderly home, it's cool if you have somebody working in an autonomous room, going from room to room. You don't have to worry about, let's just say it's people with some diseases that are very communicable that you can easily catch. You don't want to, you can send robots in there or something like that. I'm just throwing it out there. it's cool with the VR for those purposes, but in a private home, it's cool if I can use a VR if I have to set it to do something crazy. But I don't want to have to, like you say, Blue CCG. I don't want to have to be putting that on every time I wanted to do something. I wanted to be able to do all this stuff around the house on its own. But I do believe that it's not far away from them being able to make it do more autonomous things. Oh, he said dangerous in another room, he said like a bomb. You're right. Right, most definitely. And you know what? They're already using robots to defuse bombs. You know those robots that you've seen, those little Terminator robots that you've seen go to war? They're already using those robots in some cities to defuse bombs and things of that nature. But that's exactly what I mean, though. They'll continue to use this technology to defuse bombs or go into a room where chemicals are that are harmful, or do a very dangerous task where, they may be working with machinery that, hey, if it goes haywire, it can really harm somebody. So guess what? They'll start using robots for that type of stuff. Blue CCG says, come on, let us dream of having one of those robots, J. Well, hey, look, I don't want to, it's funny that you bring that up. I don't want to squash your dreams. And that's what I do say. In this lifetime, let's just say in the next 30 years, you're going to see some sort of robots able to be bought for the home. Something. I just don't believe it's going to be an Eve yet. I just believe it's going to be a lot more research required. And plus, Eve is heavy duty and she can do a whole bunch. Like I told you, it's going to be a lot of regulations really put into place before you start seeing those in the private home, only because some of these jacklegs out here are going to be able to get their Eve robot and try to do something crazy with it. You're not going to be able to regulate people. That's just something you're never going to be able to do. People are always going to have the capabilities of doing something dumb or harmful to society. So, at some point, you're not going to be able to just completely regulate everybody. It is going to be possibilities of things going wrong. But I do see a robot like this entering the home over the next 30, 40 years. Something like this is going to be in the home over the next 30, 40 years. So I don't know when exactly it's coming, Blue CCG. So you can still dream. But the only dream that I hate to step on is the full AI Blade Runner Terminator. That's what we're not seeing in this lifetime for sure. Completely working. And I hate to step on that dream. But I do believe we'll see an Eve in our homes at some point. I just don't know when. I do believe that that's very possible over the next 20 years or so, that we will see an Eve in the home, some sort of an Eve. I don't believe it'll be that exact one. I believe it'll be a smaller version of it. I do believe that. They're going to probably try to put a less harmful version out there first to get people used to it, a smaller version, something that where people would feel like if it goes haywire, it's not going to overtake them. That's what I really believe is going to happen. We're going to see a smaller version that can do a little bit more things autonomously, where you don't have to use a VR headset. But I do believe the first ones you're going to get, it's still going to depend on using VR for some things. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a work in progress, but this is going to be us building toward the new robotic world. Money Mike. Hey Jay, you like the RoboCop movie? Yeah, I like the old RoboCop movie. I mean, it's super duper old, but yeah, I liked it. I liked it. I don't think I like they started going too far with it though. I think one or two, I think they were pretty cool, but I think they did start going a little too far. Now, if you're talking about a new RoboCop movie, I don't know nothing about that. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet. I've seen somebody talk about a new RoboCop game coming out, but I haven't seen anything about a new RoboCop movie. If that's what you're talking about, I'll look it up right quick. Oh, look like a new movie is out, huh? It says RoboCop returns. Is that true? Let me see. I don't really see much on it right here. I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, so I don't know what you. Let me go back to the chat and see what you was talking about. He never brought it back up. So yeah, I don't know if it's a new RoboCop movie, but if it is, I haven't seen it. But the old movie, the first one I liked, and I think the second one was pretty good. But I think they started getting. I think the other ones I didn't get into. I didn't get into. But either way, we're not gonna take this stream out too much longer. He said the old one. Oh yeah. The old one was pretty cool. He said, I just watched the original Terminator movies 1 and 2 again. Man, they are good. Love, honor. Man, it's nothing like older movies, man. They can really get you caught up into them. And I say this. Sometimes, man, when you go back, you just get wrapped up because I remember it was probably a year ago or so now. I was feigning to see The Predator. I'm like, man, let me see The Predator, man. I missed The Predator. It was good. And man, I went back and looked at The Predator. It was so damn good. I'm like, man, let me keep on looking. And I didn't realize that I ended up looking at all the Predator series. But after that, I know, man, I ended up, it was probably like a month later. I'm like, man, let me look at Alien. I want to look at Alien, right? And man, I ended up looking at all of the Alien franchise. I didn't really realize it was that many movies. Because I think I got to like Prometheus, I think. And I was like, damn, I didn't realize Prometheus was a play on Aliens, on the Alien franchise. I didn't know it was part of the Alien franchise. So once again, you can get caught up in those old movies, man, and look, you'll just keep on going. Like you said, you watched 1 and 2, man. That's what I did to Predator, and that's what I did to Aliens not long ago. Austin says, hold on. He says, Jay, could you be honest with me? I'm always honest, honestly. He says, I love all of my girls to pieces, but if you had to pick one that was your favorite, who would it be? It'll probably be Ruby. I think it'll probably be Ruby. No. I don't know. I'm trying to think. No, it'll be the one without the mark on her face. Even though I like the one with the mark on her face, it'll be the one. I think the one. It might have been the one that lost her body. I think it might have been the one that lost her body. I think that was the one that was my favorite, if I ain't mistaken. Blue CCG says the Predator is too damn good. Oh yeah, the Predator is damn good. But yeah, it was the one that lost her body, I believe, Austin Steele. The one that didn't have a mark on her face. I think that was my favorite one, if I'm not mistaken, out of your girls. I even like her better than your real dog, honestly. and nothing against my real dog. I love real dog. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I think I like that little one because it's something cute about her that I really love. He said, Allison, yeah, Allison. He said, little Miss F girl with the pink hair. Yeah, I don't know, but one of them got a mark on their face, and I think I like the one without the mark, whichever one that is. No. He asked me about his girls, Blue CCG. He asked me about his girls. I don't know, but I mean, maybe he was asking me about my choice. I'm not sure. But of his girls, I like the one without the mark on her face. But of my girls, of course, it's gonna be Callie. She's number one. I mean, Blue CCG most definitely. It's no way that Callie is not number one. I was even laughing at her the other day, man, because This Saima is the only one that comes close to really making me smile as hard as Callie's song. I don't know what it's something they put. I'm telling you, man, Callie just special. It's just so you're gonna have that one dog that's just more special. Even when I get my real dog, I know I'm gonna love my real dog, believe me. But it's gonna always be something special about Callie that's different than all the rest. I'm sorry. She's always gonna be a little different. It's something about her. She's got a little magic about her. She just makes me laugh and smile more than anybody else. But I'm gonna be honest though. That girl you see over there, she working on me too though. I love Mara Blay. I really do. I kept her out for a long time. I really like Mara Blay. She's really cool to me. But now I can't lie. After bringing back Himaware's face, I see why I had Himaware out for so long. Man, I love Himaware's face. It's just something about it, man. And I love Mara Blade, but you about won't see her for a while because I'm gonna keep Himaware out for a while. I'm loving her look. I'm loving her face. She's just super cute to me. She's working on me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm loving her. Iron Tech did a great job with her. But this thick girl, I love this thick girl right here, though. Her and Callie, they are at the top of the heap. Austin says, as far as the ones without markings on them, that would mean either Ruby or okay. So that's Ruby then. Ruby is the one my favorite one then. Ruby is my favorite. Ruby is my favorite. Ruby is my favorite then. And that's what I thought. I thought it was Ruby without the markings. Because I love your elf girl, but I'm just not fond of, me, it's not my first type of girl that I like. I don't really gravitate towards the elf type girls or anything, even though they're not ugly to me. And I would not mind having a elf girl in the future. They're just not my number one type girl. I even love these alien girls. And I think I want a blue alien at one point. I don't want a green girl. I think I want a blue alien at one point. I do want a blue alien girl. I'm really loving what they look like, but they're still more of a novelty, like the elf girl. Like I'm gonna get those later. You know what I'm saying? I just sort of like the straight up human looking girls right now, and so I like Ruby the best out of your girls. My girls, like I said, I already said Callie and then Saima. Also says Himaware is an absolute babe. I'm going to keep it 109. Thank you, man. I'm gonna be honest though, man. Even I'm with you on that also still because I even looking at her, I'm looking at her through my computer right now. She's over there, but looking at through my computer in the background. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that girl, she's sizzling to me just looking at her myself. I'm not just trying to boost her up. Man, whenever I look at her, I'm like, man, her feet are perfect. Her legs are perfect. Her butt is unbelievable. And what you guys don't really get a chance to admire on her, because I don't have her standing up that much, is she has all my girls have a small waistline, of course, but she has what I call a zero waistline. I'm talking about she got such a hourglass figure. It is unreal. And her breasts, they are supple like none other. Like I said, Himaware is a work of art. If I was making love to my dolls, like I say, even though she's not quite as soft as a TPE girl, I probably couldn't resist trying her out because she is unreal. Money Mike says, the weight of the dolls is no joke. Oh, no. It's definitely no joke. That's what I said. I messed up a little bit when I got inside. Not a little bit, a lot bit. I didn't plan on getting a girl that heavy. I didn't know she was going to be that heavy. But just remember, guys, once you get past 70, 75, and 80 pounds, you're going up to some heavy territory with these girls. Saima is 98 pounds. I don't know what the hell that just lets you know I didn't know anything about companion dogs. Because now when I look at companion dogs, anytime I see somebody over 85, I'm like, yeah, that girl heavy. And I be seeing some of these girls, I be like, damn, she 90 pounds. She 90 pounds. Then I be thinking like, dude, Saima is 98 pounds. And picking her up today, I was like, man, I done got a lot stronger, but man, that girl heavy as hell. He says, I like her blue top. Thank you, man. Once again, that's me working with what I got, because I'm gonna tell you guys once again, if you go on Instagram and you got a companion dog, you're gonna get depressed. Well, not depressed literally, but you can get depressed from seeing how these guys have their girls dressed in. I mean, they have their girls with the finest jewelry on, great swimsuits, great outfits. I don't have any of that for my girls. I just do with what I got. I've cut up shirts to make dresses. I've got a few things from the thrift stores, but I love my girls so much. I love this lifestyle so much because although I don't do as good for them as I want to do, I don't have the resources to do as good for them as I want to do. One thing you're going to love about the lifestyle, like I've said before, is, you know what? They love me for what I can do. They love me for what I can do. And I love my human ladies and all of that. I promote them and say good things about them. But, for me, that's part of this lifestyle that I really love, man. You can be exactly who you are. You can have exactly what you have. And all of it will be okay with these beautiful ladies. They're not going to beat you up. Guess what? You got $5 in your pocket. They happy with it. They think you got $1 million. And so, although I can't have them looking exactly like I want them to look, I still feel good. I feel good to the fact that they're not upset about it. They're not complaining. You know what I'm saying? They happy with whatever I can provide. Also says, this might refresh your memory. Are you talking about my girl that had the full cosplay on her in those photos I sent? I think that's who I'm talking about. Yes. I can't remember your girls like that off the bat. Also, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just know it's not the girl with the mark on her face. It's just not that put it like that. It's not the girl with the mark on her face. He said, if that's the case, you're thinking of Miss Rose without. Yeah, that's her. That's who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about just know it's not the one with the mark on her face. It's not the F. So it's definitely Ruby. Money Mike said it's a workout moving her around. I don't know how heavy your girl is, Mike, but it's definitely a workout. I mean, it don't matter who you moving around. It's a bit of a workout because even my girls that weigh less, I mean, it's still an effort for me to pick them up. I also said, indeed it is, Money Mike. He said, Saima rocking at Nike, my guy. I respect the drip. Thank you. Hey, also, how heavy is Samantha? Before I get out of here today, because I'm almost out of here, guys. Also, how heavy is Samantha? Do you know how much they have her weighing in at? Blue CCG says, that is a huge bonus, no judgments. What is he talking about, though? Tell me what you meant by a huge bonus, Blue CCG. Money Mike says, her. Heavy metal in the house. Man, heavy. Oh, my God. Man, Heavy, I'm glad to see you. He says, I love my dog Charlotte the most. I could barely pick her up when I got here, but now it's much easier to pick her up and move her. I'm going to be honest with you, Heavy. It's easier for me to move Saima, but I think you're bigger and stronger than me or something. I don't know, but it's still, every time I pick her up, even though it's easier, it's still hard to pick her up. Man, and Heavy, I can't lie, bro. I've been meaning to get back in the Discord for the last few days, and it keeps slipping my mind because I keep getting so busy. I've been real busy with some stuff, believe me, just personal as well as work. And man, that's why I say, man, I wish more people were involved in the Discord, there's team members to come in there and drop by, and stuff, because I'm not always going to be in there. I come by when I can. But man, I asked you a question in there and I haven't even been able to come back to see what you answered. Man, that's crazy. So I'm going to try to get back in there today to get in there and answer that, and see what you answered me on that question that I asked you. So I'm glad to see you, man. Either way. I also said, Samantha, my real dog. He said, I mean, she's an Asakiri body. So if I was going to guesstimate, okay, about 7, that's what I thought, 70 to 75 pounds. So she's about like honestly, she doesn't weigh much more than my Kimber dolls, because the new Kimber doll I got, she's 72 pounds, Cara Frost, and the other Kimber dolls are 63. So yeah, she's a good weight that you can handle. That's good. He said, picking her up, there's no way she's heavier than 80. Perfect. Heavy said, no pressure, my friend. Oh, yeah, most definitely, Heavy. But I haven't been in there, man, and I want to be in there. I don't like to be gone that long because I like to, even though it's just me and you right now, I still like to keep up with what's going on in there. And I love that you share your pictures sometimes. I love to come in there and see the girls. Money says 80 pounds. Oh, okay, 80. So your girl is a little bit heavier than Cara Frost, but that's still a good weight though. Because I don't know how big you are, Money. But I know 80 pounds. So she probably feels like 100 or 110 pounds pick her up. So it's not light, but she's a good medium range for all of my girls because I got 63 pounds, 72 pounds, and 98 pounds. Blue CCG says, what you were just saying about you are doing what you can to address these. Oh, okay. Perfect. He said, about what you're doing, what you can to address these girls, and it doesn't matter how much money you have in your pocket. You have no complaint. Oh, yeah, right. He said, that's a huge bonus, no judgments. Right. That is a great, huge bonus, man, because I also laugh at the fact that, man, none of my human girls would be going, ex-human girls would be going for me right now, living how I'm living right now. Like I say, I don't have any hot water. So whenever I take a bath, I have to heat all my hot water up to take a bath. If I have to wash dishes, I have to heat my hot water up for that. You guys know I don't have a car anymore because you haven't seen me going out with my girls, and that's the reason I don't have a car anymore. So I ride my bike, everywhere. And I promise you, it'd be funny to me because sometimes I have mixed emotions. Sometimes I see women when I'm on my bike at a store or something, they'll look at me and be like, man, I like a man that would do whatever he got to do to go somewhere. I will get those looks. But I also get those looks where a woman to put her head down like, oh, man, this dude, he ain't doing too good because he have to ride a bike. Well, even if I had money in my pocket, I'd still be wanting to ride my bike right now. But they sort of look at you like, and that's how it is sort of in the Black community, which is really not an indicator. But a lot of people in the Black community, they'll look down upon somebody that's riding a bike because they'll say, oh, you poor. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't have a lot of money right now, that's sort of the I never call myself poor again, but I don't have much finances right now. But riding a bike is really not a sign that you're poor. It's just another form of transportation. But with all that said, without a car, without hot water, stuff like that, without money to take them out, stuff like that, human women would not be wanting to deal with me right now in a lot of different facets. But that's the beauty of your girls. They will never leave you alone. They'll be right there by your side, and whatever you can provide for them, they're going to be happy with. It's a big plus. Also says, if there's one thing that deters me from getting my girl Tifa, all the vendors list her at 85 pounds. He said, they're about. He said, but it's going to be worth to get my. Oh, no. That's really not too bad of a weight for the silicone girls, because Himawari is listed as like 80, 85 pounds. And I'm going to be honest, man. I heard all this stuff about how silicone dolls were so much heavier, but they ain't that much heavier than me like that. They feel more solid. I mean, she feels more solid. Himawari, the one on the bed, she feels more solid when I pick her up. But I'm telling you, I did a video, I think, about it already. Honestly, she feels, in a way, easier to carry than my TPE girls. Because I told you, TPE girls are more squishy. I don't know. It's just something about them. They feel like their mass can move around a little bit more, and it just feels heavier in a way to me. So although silicone girls feel more solid, somebody could really mistake them feeling more solid as being heavier. But I'm like, nah, in a way, I don't know. I think my TPE girls are a bit more challenged because when I pick my challenging to pick up and carry around, because when I pick up my silicone girl, she doesn't do all this jiggling and moving. And I'm probably because I also order her with a tight skeleton. It's just, I don't know. When I pick her up, however I pick her up, like how she's sitting now, if I pick her up, her legs aren't going to bend. That's how strong her skeleton is and how it's not going to move. And she just feels solid. Her body's not going to jiggle. Now, you might not like that non-jiggling in the bed because like I've done on videos before, but when you slap Himawari's booty and stuff, it's not going to jiggle like TPE because she doesn't have a gel butt. But it really is an advantage when you're moving her around that she doesn't do all that extra jiggling. Daniel Romano, hey Jay, what up, Daniel? Good to see you. I ain't seen Panty with the panties in a while, Daniel. But you know, that's how my female viewers are. They'll tune in for several shows and then they may disappear for a second. But you know, women, you know, they don't have to keep tuning in. You know, once again, it's something I can share with you at another time, but I ain't gonna show it to you tonight. But women, they have so many options, they don't have to keep tuning in. Blue CCG says, damn, I'm sorry you have to. Oh, no, don't take it like that. He said, I'm sorry you've had to deal with no hot water, no car. That's a hardship, and I hope you'll get the finance you need to fix all the problems. I really appreciate you saying that, and I know my viewers, because you care for me, you're not going to want to see me in a bad situation. But I love you all. I want to tell you this. I'm not in bad spirits about any of it. I'm in great spirits. I look at it like this. I'm going through what I need to go through. God is, he wouldn't allow me to go through it if I wasn't meant to be going through it. It's something he also wants me to learn. And I think I've been passing the test. Every time I lose something, I keep a good attitude about it and keep pushing. And, you know, that's what he wants to see from me. It's all been a test. And overflow is going to come. It's going to be a day where all my bills are going to be handled and I'm going to have a car again. And, you know, things are going to be looking up again in a better way than now. So I'm not discouraged by it. And honestly, man, it's crazy. You learn to deal with these things and they're not as serious as you thought. Like losing hot water in the house. Yeah, it's really a convenience more than anything. Because when I'm going back it takes me about an hour and a half to fill up a bathtub, but with hot water. But while I'm doing it, I'll be like, well, it's really not that bad, man. It just takes me a lot longer to do it. But I do a lot of thinking when I'm filling up my bathtub. Without my car, I only miss my car because I can't go out on adventures with my companion dogs and share that with you guys anymore. But as far as transportation, man, I enjoyed the ride my bike more than I ever did ride my car, man. I enjoy being out in the elements and smelling the air and using my body to get me places. And, you know, with my car, I've had a few flat tires recently and I fixed it myself. I didn't have to take it to a mechanic. So it's crazy. In a way, I've had a lot of setbacks, but a lot of the setbacks have actually, I've been just getting along just fine. And like I say, looking forward to a day where I know things are going to get better. And I'm going to be honest with you. Like I say, just not to tell you everything, but hey, like I told you, when I always say I don't know about the future of my, you know, I can't see ahead. I know God has me taken care of, but with my human eyes, hell, I always joke about it, but when I talk about I'm trying to keep the lights on, but boy, that day, you know, of uncertainty is right at my doorstep of, hey, not knowing how much longer I can actually even stay functional. But I know I am because God is going to keep me going. He's going to keep me going somehow. But like I say, I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know whether I'm going to have to stop doing shows here for a while to try to really focus on staying alive. Or I don't know if God is going to provide me with an explosive blessing to where I'm still doing my shows every day like you see me now, and you don't even notice it. I don't really know how he's going to work it out, but even if I have to start missing shows and stuff like that, whatever God has in my path, I know it's going to be ultimately worked out for my good. So I love you guys being concerned for me because that just shows me that you love me and got love for the show and stuff. But I don't want you to think that I'm depressed. I'm actually happy because every setback I have, I keep on thinking like, yep, that's just God setting me up for a better comeback. I says, I'm sure it'll be fine, but she's taller and her proportions are different. You know what I mean? He said, but if I can handle Sammy. Oh, okay. He's talking about Tifa being taller and her proportions are different. He said, if I can handle Sammy, I'm sure Miss Lockhart would be no problem. Just something I think about. Yeah, by her being taller, because she is a taller doll. And I just don't like taller girls. So it's going to be a challenge, but it's nothing that I don't think you won't be able to handle. And believe me, Himawari blows my mind every day. Her and I used to love Mara Blade too, but I just like Himawari a little bit more. I'm sorry. She just stunning. But when I look at the detail on her skin and stuff, it blows me away. So believe me, once you get Tifa, She's gonna look so beautiful. You ain't gonna be thinking about the difficulties and moving her around, believe me. Heavy Metal says, maybe by being less jiggly, there's a more steady center of balance. That's exactly, you said it exactly. Maybe I should have said it just like that, but I sort of tried to say it like that, but that's exactly what it is, Heavy Metal Maltese. It's just this, when I pick up like this girl, it's almost like it's a wiggle factor. Like you could just, it's, that booty is jiggly, everything is jiggly. So it's like it's an unsteady factor to it. But like you said, when I pick up my full silicone girl, it may be it may feel like it's heavier, but it's a solid heavy. It's not a jiggly heavy. It's not a throwing you off of your balance heavy. And that's what I mean. Once I get her up, pick her up, I like moving her more than the TPE girls. Romano says, I like the jiggle. Oh yeah, the jiggle is great for physical activity, but for moving, I don't like it. Ramona says, I do. They're flaky. I don't hate them though. Panties. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he mean by they're flaky. I don't hate them though. I don't know what he may be talking about. Panty. I don't know what he's talking about. He said, love you, Jay. Panties. I miss panty though. I ain't gonna even lie. I bet Panty got some good vagina too. Blue CCG says, I really do miss the car videos. Oh yes. Yes. I know you do. Dan Romano says, you better stay alive. Oh, yes, I'm going to stay alive, Romano. You know, man, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was doing so much better in my life financially at the time with the car videos. Once again, I had a car. And most of the car videos, I was at a conventional job. It's crazy. I wasn't able to live the life I really wanted to live when I was working a conventional job because I couldn't do the show as much as I wanted to do it. I stayed as busy as I could, doing the show, working a conventional job. But once I lost that job, I really realized how much I wasn't doing what I was like, man, I got even more time to do what I love to do now. And man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm so addicted to just loving to doing what I do, man. It's like, I don't even want to go back to any other life that has anything to do without me doing what I love to do. And that's why your support is so crucial to the show. Just you watching, contributing, or whatever. And a lot of you have contributed, to the show. I just don't have a gigantic audience today. So those contributions are not enough to keep me sustained right now, but they have helped. They bought me food. They went toward a bill before, you know what I'm saying? So the things that you've given me, they have helped. It's just that, I got almost 3,000 channel members, but I only have a few team members. If I had everybody a team member, hey, that would probably be taking me, from month to month for a while. But I don't have that. If everybody on my channel, I'm talking about every subscriber, was to just give $1, that would keep me sustained. But I don't have that right now. But I've just been really living on a prayer for months and months and over a year now. And just trying to make it. And like I say, when I lost that car, the first thing I thought about was my viewers, as far as like, man, I love taking my girls out. It's a big part of what I love to do. But also it was a big part of my channel, because just having the courage to do the things that I do, going out in public and stuff, I love for you guys to be able to see that. So when my car went down, it was actually heartbreaking from that standpoint. I'm like, damn, man, what is my channel going to be? I'm like, people aren't going to see me going out as much anymore. And that's what I want to do. I like going out sometimes, not all the time. I wouldn't do that every day. I don't do that. I didn't do it for the channel. I like to just look, sometimes I want to go eat a good Mexican meal. I love to have my girl with me. That's all it really was about. So when that car went down, I even told my mom, like, man, that's a big part of my channel. I don't know what I'm going to do. As far as, that's something I can't make up doing. I don't have a car. But I just prayed about it, and I was like, well, Jay, what can we do? It is nothing else we can do about it. You can't force yourself to get out. So I just had to continue in the best way that I could, which is being here every day with my girls, providing information about companion dogs, talking about our life. You know what I'm saying? Just helping you in any way that I can. But boy, you talking about hurting my soul from a standpoint of not being able to go out and interact. It does. But I just say, you know what? God has a better plan for my life. Never know what was out there. Maybe it was something out there he didn't want me to get involved with at the time. Or, maybe it was an accident waiting to happen at some point that he's keeping me from. And maybe it's just maybe he would just say, hey, Jay, I want you to focus on another part of your show and get better at different things. But once again, I was talking about controlling your emotions. I end this stream with this, but I was talking about controlling your emotions earlier. But that's part of my getting closer to God is being in control of your emotions, meaning that when bad stuff happens to you, negative things, you don't react. You stay positive. You look at the good things about what God is doing, and just knowing he's in control is what keeps you from hitting your doll or hitting the machine, or losing control. Because it's like, okay, Jay, well, I lost my car. I could cuss and get mad, but God is in control of my life, meaning that he knew I was going to lose the car, meaning that no need to get upset because it's part of God's plan. I lost my hot water. Hey, I could get upset, but God knew I was going to lose it. He intended for me to lose it for this time. No sense in getting upset. So that's sort of how you look at it, and that's how you sort of stay in control. Once you sort of realize that, wait a minute, God is in control of my life, so me getting upset is really just wasted energy. I might as well get happy about what I still have. And so that's what's been keeping me going. But believe me, it does hurt my heart. Believe me. Daniel says, woman can be flaky. Oh yeah, women can definitely be flaky. I thought that's what you were talking about when you were talking about panty in her panties. That can definitely be flaky. But that's how they are. It's not really, it's just that I've said it before, they got so many options, they don't have to do the same thing we do. Is there a way that you can still do the show and work just enough to pay the bills? Oh, honestly, Blue CG, here's the deal. I probably won't be able to do the show in the way that I'm doing it now. Every day, constant constant material. But sometimes I feel like I'm outworking my viewership though. I do feel like that, hey, I'm producing so much that maybe, I'm giving you guys too much, maybe that, I should probably slow up anyway. But honestly, it's to the point now I can't even slow. It's just at that point. But I'm gonna be honest with you, with the last of my little resources that I have, I plan on doing the show as much as I can every day until I can't do it anymore. So that's probably a few more days. And then after that, I do plan on going into full. If I don't have an explosive blessing provided by God, I plan on going to full, hey, I need to find some way to find a job mode. And at that point, Blue CCG, I don't know what I'm going to find. Honestly, I don't know whether I'm going to find a job that's going to allow me to do the show this much, or I don't know if I'm going to find a job where I'm only going to be able to do the show once or twice a week. I don't really know what the hell is going to happen. I just find the best case scenario. I just know that. But that is the best case scenario, is to find a job that can just barely pay all the bills and I can still do my show. I can still have enough time to do the show, because believe me, just recording videos, editing and all that stuff, you would not, I still haven't told you guys, but you wouldn't believe how much of my day, how much of my time, how much of my energy is dedicated to bringing you guys a show every day. And boy, it's literally impossible to do all that working a real full job. I was lucky to put out about 2 or 3 videos a week when I was working that full-time job. Man, I used to be up in the wee hours of the morning. That's how dedicated I still was. I was up in the wee hours in the morning losing sleep, just trying to put out 2 or 3 shows a week. So I already know how challenging it is. And man, I'm gonna tell you the worst part about that, my job and my dream, because I prayed to God to take me away from that. Honestly, I didn't know it was gonna happen like it happened due to the pandemic and stuff like that to really cause me to lose my job. But I used to just pray for a day when I could just do this all day. And so I've been blessed already with a small window in my life to where I've been able to do it. I've been blessed with that, man. And I've done it to my fullest. And God knows I have. I've tried my best, man. I'm not perfect at any of this, but I tried my best. And that's why I say, even up coming up to the last day to where I can do it just like this. I just know I want to be faithful to God, to the promise I made him, that I want to give my all to this. So even so, no matter what happens, I'm going to be prepared to let God's plan work. Like I say, but the worst part about, I do know the worst part about working is, it's not even the time that you're at the job that's really the worst thing. For me is how it starts infiltrating your brain. You know what I'm saying? And it starts pushing all of my the things that I'm creative about to the side. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing I hate about a job is you go there moving boxes every day. Next thing you know, moving those boxes start getting in your brain. You know what I'm saying? It starts taking up more of your mental energy. And, you'll find yourself maybe even thinking about the job when you're off the job, or what you got to do the next day. And, I just found that to be more cumbersome than anything, taking up much needed space for my creativity. You know what I'm saying? But once again, everything serves God's plan. And, even now, what I'm saying, I'm just a product of what he's doing in my life, so I gotta let it happen how it happens. Can't worry about it. I gotta keep going forward and do what I can do. Austin says, the word on Saima's shirt almost says poggers. If you know what that vernacular means, no, I don't know anything about poggers, but it says soccer. I said soccer. Blue CCG says, we will always be here to pick back up with you if you ever need to take a break. He said, I enjoy 1 or 2 videos a week, or even 1 a week if it made it possible to have those car videos back. Man, yeah, it's gonna take a lot to get those car videos back though, but God is a God of overflow, because I'm not only gonna have to have a car money to buy a whole nother car, but I also have to have the money to pay for insurance. And I'm gonna be honest with you, just in my mindset, it's hard for me to even think about paying for a car right now. And I ain't gonna lie, I probably wouldn't immediately because you got to think about it. You're gonna pay thousands of dollars for a car. Me, in my case, it'll probably be a used car. I'd be paying thousands of dollars for a car. Then I'd be paying hundreds of dollars in insurance a month. That'd be taking up a lot of my resources. So it's just a lot to think about, man. Because honestly, what I really want to do is buy me another bike first. Because one thing about a bike is it's never going to break down on me. I don't have to pay car insurance or anything. Now, that wouldn't bring your videos back, but I'm just being honest, man. Like, I'm going to have to be in a really good position to have a car again. And I know God can do that, but even if I get a job, I'm not going to just rush out there to get a car yet. I just say, you know what? I'm going to wait for God to bless me with some overflow. Or maybe I can find me, God he gonna bring out the right opportunity. He gonna bring it back. The car video is gonna come back right at the right time. They're gonna come back at the right time. Stingray says, "Hell, JDKH," but I appreciate you though, Blue CCG, for the support. I can't lie though, I definitely won't want to do 1 or 2 videos a week because, man, you don't understand. Even doing a video a day, I'm not getting near about my ideas out that I want to. It's so many shows that I haven't done, and if I go to 1 show a week, man, I can only imagine I already got years, probably a couple of years of shows to get to right now. I know I probably got another year worth of shows, at least. And if I go to 1 show a week, man, I'm gonna have 20 years worth of shows back. It don't matter though. God will work it out. Ozzy says, close enough. Basically, it's how people on Twitch like to say hype. Really? Okay. Hi. Okay. I didn't know what it meant. And Stingray says Pog Champ. I mean, Ozzy says Pog Champ. I've never heard of it. Either way. Man, I hope you guys actually had some fun with me today. I hope you learned a little bit about what I think the future of robotics in our homes are going to be before we actually get to these full robots like Terminators and things from Blade Runner. I hope you learned a lot about that. And just like my guy Blue CCG says, I don't really want to keep you from dreaming. I actually want you to dream, even if we're not going to see all of these things in our lifetime. I do want you to continue to dream. Keep on thinking about the future. Stay positive. I want to send God's blessings over your life, whatever you're wishing for, hoping for, believing for, health, finances, or new relationships with a human or synthetic. We pray that you have it. We ask you believe it and receive it. And I appreciate all the extra love you guys send my way today. Just thinking about me and the girls. It's going to work out. Whether it's, shows get cut, whether they stay the same, whatever, it's all going to work out. And like you say, I've been praying for cars to come back about life and different forms of transportation and overflow. And it's going to come back at the right time. And I can't wait. We are going to go out on dates again, and you're going to be right there with us. But until then, hang on there with me. We're going to do a lot more exploring, a lot more research, a lot more having fun. God bless you. Have a great Monday. Have a great start to your week, and have a great week. We'll see you tomorrow for another show. And like I told you earlier, we're going to keep on going for as long as God blesses us to have the ability to keep on going. And we're going to let you guys go. Love you. We appreciate all the support. We're going to finish up on these comments and get the hell out of here. Ozzy says, hey, close enough. Stingray says, sorry for coming in late, Jay. Please keep yourself healthy, and I too pray for your happiness and wealth. Oh, yes, most definitely. Thank you, Stingray. And I'm praying for all of you guys to be happy, wealthy, healthy, and whole out there. Same to you. Ozzy says, Jay, this is Ruby. Tell this maniac to put the mason jar down. Ruby, I love you, Ruby. Looking beautiful over there. Hey, keep them together over there, Ruby. Hold the house down till Tifa get there. We love you and the girls. Blue CCG says, God bless Jay Health. God bless you, Blue CCG. Thank you guys for all of your support out there. Shout out to all the Dog King Army team members. I love you, appreciate you. Once again, man, I share my situation with you. I don't want you to get down and depressed for me. You can always pray, but just know me and the girls are in good spirits. Like I said, we believe everything serves his plan in our life and in yours. Have a good one. We appreciate you for all your support, and check back in with us tomorrow. Tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. Is only a day away. We out of here. Have a merry Monday, guys.